And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. In the morning when I get up, I wish that we could stop and take each day. In the evening when I get home, always hope to find you all alone and out of harm's way. Every time I look around, I hope to find you looking back at me. You're everything I ever hope to see. In the morning when I get up, I wish that we could stop and take each day. In the evening when I get home, always hope to find you all alone and out of harm's way. Every time I look around, I hope to find you looking back at me. Hey everybody, it is currently 11:12 a.m. on Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. And basically, this is just a video of me trying to process what the hell happened yesterday, even though I don't know. Even though, so much happened, but at the same time, nothing really happened. So first I'm gonna cut off my hospital armband. So, ready? 1, 2. And then this one is a fall risk. I've never gotten a fall risk bracelet in my life. First time for everything, right? So if you're new here, hi, my name is Emily. I am 25. I will be 26 on April 10th. I'm 25, and I have spastic diplegia cerebral palsy, which means that one set of my limbs is affected by a brain injury that I sustained when I was a baby. So for me, it's primarily my legs. And on March 2nd, Alexa, how many days ago was March 2nd?
March 2nd was 13 days ago.
So exactly 13 days ago, I had a baclofen pump replaced. I've been a baclofen pump user for going on 13 years now. It'll be 13 years in July because I got my first one placed in July of 2010. And so I got it replaced, and I've been recovering. But yesterday, I woke up I take that back. So today's Wednesday, yesterday was Tuesday. So Monday night, I started with really rigid, tight legs. I didn't really think anything of it because I live in Connecticut in the United States, New England, and we were getting a snowstorm. So I was like, oh, maybe it's just my old body, because I could feel, I've never been diagnosed with arthritis, but I could like feel things in my joints and my knees and like they hurt. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the cold weather. But my mom's like, you could barely walk. Like you're not moving. You're just like, it was like the Tin Man was walking, you know. But you know, thought nothing of it. And then honestly, I was really, really dizzy. But I also thought nothing of that too. But because prior to that, my dad was pushing my niece and I in my wheelchair because she loves my chair. She like she thinks it's like a big jungle gym. She loves to like climb on it and play with it and blah blah blah. So we were riding around like it was like a little go-kart, and he was probably going a little faster than he should and making me dizzy, whatever. It's fine, it's fine. So I thought nothing of it, right? So I end up going to bed, and I wake up yesterday morning and my alarm is blaring literally right next to my head. I am a millennial. I'm always on my phone. It's blaring right next to my head. 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm not turning it off. My mom's like, what the heck? You're always on your phone, Now, she comes in, she goes, Em, your phone's going off. Radio silence from me. Em, your phone's going off. Radio silence. So she lifts up my arm. She like hits me in the face. Like not hits me in the face, but she's like Em. She could see that I was breathing because my chest and my neck were moving, but like literally it was like nothing. The only thing that woke me up was when she full blasted the lights in front of my face, and even then I was really confused. I was like, whoa, what? So then I was like, oh my God, I gotta pee, And so tried to get up. Boom, my legs are jello. Okay, sit back down, kind of, urinate myself, but whatever. It's the least of our worries right now. So then we call my sister, and she tries to take my blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. And then we try to get up again to go to the bathroom and, get dressed, whatever. And I fall to the floor. I don't fall to the floor. I slide to the floor. So that's what happened. So then, we're panicking. So we're trying to call my doctor. But of course, it happens on a snow day. But we finally get through to him. He goes, okay, well, maybe it could be a UTI. It could be, XYZ. So let's start local first because of the weather. And then, here's my cell phone number, text me and, whatever. So, cool. So it took my brother-in-law, Nolan, my aunt, my mother, and my sister to all get me off the floor yesterday. It was a mess. I've never felt like more of a burden in my entire life. I was so low. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. So then we make it to the ER. We make it to the ER. Meanwhile, also every time I try to move, stand up, I get real dizzy and then I immediately vomit. But there was nothing in my stomach, so it was just bile and it was burning my throat. It was awful. So then meanwhile, I have a sick bag in the car. The minute we pull into the ER, I'm, puking on myself, but, whatever. So we get into the ER. I say we got there around 10:30. You guys, when I tell you, I think I was texting my friends at 10:05 saying I was leaving, and I didn't get home and fall asleep till 11:30. It was ridiculous. So, okay. So first of all, I tell them I can't wait there, right? Okay. So cool. So I said, oh, does your gurney go down any lower? Because, we're in the ER room. And they go, no, unfortunately not. And I said, okay. I said, do you have a Hoyer lift or anything? Meanwhile, this is both me and my mom talking. And they said, no, unfortunately we don't. Okay, whatever. So I'm like, well, I can't transfer on that bed. I'm going to be on the floor. And they're like, well, no, we don't want you on the floor. So they get two big burly dudes, thank God for men in the ER. Two big burly dudes and two ladies. Each of them take a limb and they go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bed. And I literally stayed in that bed from 10:30 in the morning until 8 p.m. at night. It was ridiculous. It was just so much. I literally, how I kept saying to my friends, I said, we literally cycled through an entire day's worth of cable TV. Because we started with Let's Make a Deal, and we ended with The Bachelor. It was crazy. So, my doctor thought it was a UTI, because I was like, really? A UTI caused me to not use my legs and no use of my legs and weakness and blah, blah, blah. And my mom goes, well, yeah, maybe. Like, they used to wreak havoc on your grandmother. And I was like, well, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, but I'm a very hard person to get urine from, especially when I can't use a toilet or a commode with a little hat bucket inside or anything. So they put the bedpan underneath me. Literally, I peed the bed. Like, there was, when I tell you, some spirit was in that room making sure there was just enough pee for the tubes. She literally goes, wow, there's just enough in there. But it wasn't clean urine because they didn't wipe me. And I was like, well, can you catheterize me? Like, I'm already here. And she's like, I would hate to put you through that. I said, I know, but, I'm already here. I know, but whatever. So next they come draw blood. I've got 1, 2, this one down here. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so much more ugly this morning. Ew. All this right here. So ugly, right? Because apparently I got all these veins, but apparently they're too squiggly, And they need a straight shot. She blew one of my veins. She blew this one. So, and they're like, oh, well, if you drink water. And I'm like, I literally just came here. I was vomiting. But they didn't even offer me water throughout the day, but whatever. But, so, not only did she take blood for, whatever. The only thing that the blood showed was that my white blood cell count was high. And the doctor goes, oh, meanwhile, this doctor was kind of a jerk. I'm not here to bash medical people, but he was a jerk. Obviously, doctors are way smarter than me. Sometimes, they went to school. But, he was rude. So, well, what he just didn't really listen to me, but whatever. It was, so he goes, well, your white blood cell count could be anything. Could be you vomited. Could be you just had surgery 12 days ago. Could be an infection. Could be literally anything. So I said, okay. So he goes, but, and then they tested me for sepsis. First time ever in my entire life they test me for sepsis. What does that entail, though? More flippin' blood. So she took some from here and some from here because I didn't need one tube. I needed 2 of these giant tubes for blood. Okay, cool, whatever. I'm literally just trying to hang on by a thread here, okay? Whatever. So then, but that's taken hours. She's went back and, but listen, I know the ER is short-staffed. I get it. But this is not like it's New York City. The people who know me, if I said the name of the ER, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's a tiny little town. It's a city, but it's not like it's New York City. It's like Connecticut, on a snow day, on a Tuesday. It's not even like it's Friday, whatever. It's literally Tuesday. But okay. I don't know. But that took hours. Like, she'd come back and da 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 da. And then, so the doctor finally comes in. He goes, oh, well, so the blood cultures come back negative. Meanwhile, I can already see that because the hospital that I'm at uses the MyChart app, and it goes, new notification for test results for Emily, blah, blah, blah. So I can see the results before the doctor even comes back in. What kind of Harry Potter sorcery is that? But whatever. So he goes, everything is negative. My next step would be to order a CAT scan. Because, sometimes you can get, like, stuff is around, like, a surgical site or whatever. Or what did he say? Like, abscesses? I don't even know. He was just saying all these words to me. And I was like, okay. And I said, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. He goes, no, I want to help you. Like, tell me. And I said, oh my God, I'm like, okay. But I said, my doctor, told me that, when I came here that he'd be willing to speak with somebody and whatever. He goes, oh, I'd love to talk to him. Meanwhile, that's my other complaint. No clock in the room. No window. I'm about to lose my marble. Like, we've been sitting at the same TV in the corner for hours. Meanwhile, this was like 4 p.m. Okay, remember when I said I got there during Let's Make a Deal? Okay, this is now like 4 p.m. news. This is snowstorm coverage where they loop everything over and over. This is now like hours later. And I'm like, why couldn't you conversate with my doctor 7 hours ago? Like, why? But okay, whatever. So I gave him the number because my doctor's a saint. And he gave me his cell phone. And so he called the doctor. And the doctor said, listen, after the results of the CAT scan, if it doesn't show anything, pump related, because that's the thing with this pump though, like it could go from 0 to 60 real quick. Like, it's a very powerful drug, and obviously it's changed my life for the better. However, it can be problematic at times. Knock on wood, I've had very few instances where it's problematic. However, when it does get problematic, it goes from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Listen, you guys, I felt so defeated by my own body. It's like my body betrayed me. I was ready just to give up. I was ready to take it out and just, like, be done. I was so defeated yesterday and just so worn down. So meanwhile, I'm at the adult hospital, right? And so I called 2 times to say, oh, what time am I going for my CAT scan? What time am I going? I waited like 2 to 4 hours to go for the CAT scan. My mom started her stopwatch. And now I know what you're thinking. You're like, Emily, you're in an ER, like people are sick. I understand that, but if I wasn't like, this is what my mom and I were saying. If I wasn't in an ER emergency, like, why don't they just send you home and say, follow up with your doctor tomorrow? Like, why keep me there for like hours? For what, So I could take a bed from somebody else who needs it, or, another emergency, whatever. Anyways, so I waited like 4 hours for this freaking CAT scan. Oh no, because he ordered it at like 4 o'clock, and I didn't go till 7 something. So my mom started the stopwatch when the little transport person came to push me. 21 minutes. 21 minutes. That includes getting, because I had a CAT scan with the contrast, the stuff that makes you feel like you gotta pee your pants. So, or, you pee your pants. 21 minutes for and that includes the walk to, up the elevator to the CT scan, the test itself, that includes the test itself, transferring me to and from the board, the bed board to the going in thing, transfer back out, go back down, 21 minutes. Listen, and I tell you, I was so scared of this CAT scan. Not because of the results or whatever, not, I knew I'd be okay. But this is my first, I've been to the ER before, but this is my first adult ER trip, and they don't let you have anybody, you know what I mean? I guess if I was a non-verbal person, or I used a assistive talker device or something, maybe they would let somebody go with me, but I was alone, and I know it sounds stupid, but I'm not ready to be an adult. I'm just not ready, I don't know. It's a hard line to walk. Really is. But anyways, so that didn't show much of anything. And so I just said, listen, I want to, can I get back in my chair? I'm ready to go home. So the lady goes, now this is the ER tech / CNA person. So the lady goes, oh, so you want to go AMA? I said, no. I said, can they just follow up with the results tomorrow? I'm doing what you tell me to do. I'm not going AMA, which is against, where you sign yourself out against medical. I said, I'm not doing that because I don't want to have that follow me, but I've been here 12 hours, And she's like, all right, let me just talk to the doctor, the nurse, whatever. And so the doctor came in. He goes, well, let me just call your doctor one more time. Meanwhile, this was 7:45, 8 o'clock. So I got to get my doctor a muffin basket or something because he is a saint again. He's a very good advocate for me. I think, he truly does know me inside and out, inside and, whatever. Because I've been going to him since I've been 3, but he's whatever. If I was going to get a specialist for CP, he's probably the closest I could get to a specialist for CP and neuromuscular disorders or disabilities, whatever. And so he called him at 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, I'd probably be, if anybody calls me after 8 o'clock, if you're not my niece or my best friend or, whatever, you're not getting an answer from me till the next morning. Sorry, you're just not. So the doctor's like, okay, you can go home. I'm going to tell the nurse to get your papers. 45 minutes later. So it was 10 o'clock by the time I got out because I was Googling. My mom was like, can you Google and see if McDonald's was open? Because literally we were starving. It was bad. It was really bad. And I didn't even take my medication in the morning. I took one pill. I took this one pill that I take in conjunction with others to help anxiety. But it was 10 o'clock and I usually get my nighttime med dose to go to bed at 9 p.m. And at this time I've hit the wall. I am done. I am fried like a piece of chicken. I am fried like I stuck my finger in a socket, like an outlet. socket. I am done. I start to cry. Not hysterical, but I'm so frustrated. Like, why is my body doing this to me? Like, why is nobody helping me? And my mom's like, you're just beyond the scope of this tiny little ER, and locally, and next time we gotta go to where like your doctor is. I said, I know, but like, do we really have to travel like all those hours for emergency medical care? Like, what? My friends and I were texting. They go, you'd probably get served faster at the urgent care. I said, I know. I mean, I just, and I'm not trying to be a Karen or anything, but like, it was awful. So we go home. I finally eat something, and I go to bed. And I wake up today, heard my alarm, which is progress, called my mom, and actually just now, so probably about 20 minutes ago, because I've been talking for 20 minutes, according to my phone, I was able to not walk to the bathroom, but we rolled to the bathroom, got up, and, stiff-armed it over to the toilet, which I kept telling my mom that it's like I time traveled, because that's exactly how I felt Monday night. But, man, I will never say I wasted a day again binge watching Netflix or Hallmark or YouTube or anything, because you want to waste a day, go to the ER for 12 hours. You won't know what hit you. So that brings me where I am today. Like I said, was able to make it to the bathroom. Hallelujah, thank God. It's not easy, but it's doable. And it's not easy to be done, every 20 minutes, but if I can do it 2 more times today, I will be over the moon ecstatic. So the plan is to follow up with my doctor tomorrow. They literally called me at 9:30 this morning, and they said, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we have an 8:30 tomorrow, meaning Thursday, the 16th. And I said, I'll be there. Because after thinking about it and talking about it, what my doctor thinks is happening is that I have this brand new pump. That's brand new, that's, in the best condition it possibly can be, being only, 13 days old. And it's more efficient than my other pump. Not saying that the other pump wasn't working, but just saying that, like, it's like when you get the new iPhone, and then, like, you get a new iPhone, and then, like, your mom still has, like, the dinosaur or something, you know what I mean? It still works, but it's not, like, as best as it could be. So he's thinking that maybe with this pump working better, that I don't need as much medication, or it's too much. Well, clearly it's too much because I'm too floppy. That's another indicator that it's too much medication, because I'm really floppy. And if it was not enough, I would be stiff. Which I've been both in the past 24 hours, so I don't know. But anyways, I'm just holding on to Jesus and just trying to make it through the day, But I'm good in my wheelchair right now. And I have a therapy appointment in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna talk about this all over again. But it's really, well, like, obviously I know it's a risk, right, to do surgery of any kind. Like, you could have the same surgery every day, and something still might go wrong, but it's crazy how one day I was, completely fine, and then the next day it does a 180, you know? I tell you, it's really like your body's like, you know, giving up on you, kind of. That's what it, like, I felt really angry and betrayed yesterday. I felt like they weren't listening to me, or really anybody for that matter. But so that's like a shitty feeling too. It's like you're trying the absolute best you can to tell somebody what's going on with you, and they don't listen, and that's really shitty. So I don't know, it's just, and you know what, this also just made me think, I'm like, I have so much empathy for why people don't go to the doctor now, like, and why people don't seek help for, you know, things that they have going on, because who wants to sit there for hours with no answers and still not feel better? Like, I would have rather, did it at home, or, I don't know, just, like, literally, my mom was, like, texting my doctor in the hospital and being like, okay, well, they're saying this, like, what's next? Like, I'm like, do you expect us to be the doctor too? Like, I don't know. And then I just really, like, my disabled body was like, what is happening in the world? Because they had no Hoyer lift. They literally relied on people to lift me, but they had him in the morning, but when it was the evening and it was like skeletons out there. Thank God my aunt was there. Thank God my mom was there, because they were 2 people on that team. And I'm just like, what in the hell? And I'm like, and then I'm trying to rack my brain. I'm like, well, our Hoyer lift's a part of the ADA. Like, I don't even know. And then, like, the grandmother of ADA, Judy Human, recently passed away. And I'm like, she's probably rolling in her grave right now if she could see this. Like, oh. It was a lot, you guys. It was so much. But it is now 11:44, almost 45, on Wednesday, March 15th. And this is my vlog for the day, because I can tell you, I'm going to have therapy. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to try to go to the bathroom one more time. And then I'm going to plant my butt in that chair. Try to get some sleep, get some rest. Say some prayers. And I'll see you tomorrow after my 8:30 appointment. I love you all so much. Please be strong and just be safe. And I'll see you tomorrow.